Okay, so to all 12 of you watching, welcome to the awards ceremony for Magnolia Speech and Debate. First thing, we need to say a huge thank you and shout out to the Magnolia District Committee. The work that they put into this every single weekend and throughout the year is huge and makes this possible for all of us across the state to participate and get to nationals. So thank you to Kelly Garner of Petal High School, Jessica Wilkinson of Pascagoula High School, Anita Boyd of Laurel Christian School, and Shane Cole of Oak Grove High School. And serving as your district chair, I can also really appreciate all the work that Kelly Garner and Shane Cole put in when they were district chair, and I'm very thankful to have them as mentors and guiding me in my role as district chair. I want to say a special shout out and thank you to Rachel Clapper of Madison Central High School and to Sonia Harvey of Starkville High School. They have worked tirelessly every single weekend of qualifiers, working with judges, judging actual rounds, setting up extemp prep for 2 different extemp events, and so we could not have done these tournaments without them either. And of course, to all of our volunteer judges, especially those who are alumni and who have been competitors with us and national qualifiers with us and then are coming back to judge and help other students get to nationals. We really appreciate you and all of our parents who judge, and especially this year, the people from every time zone, except maybe Hawaii and Alaska, who have come and helped judge our events online. So thank you to everybody who made it possible. Thank you to all of you for competing. I think our turnout was incredible, especially with the pandemic and everything like that. We actually, for just an LD, for example, we had more Lincoln Douglas debaters this year than we have for the last 3. So I'm really impressed with the resilience that all of you have shown competing this year and going through this event. Before we get to the actual awards, I want to quickly kind of lay out what are the paths to nationals and how 3 of these paths are still open. So of course we have the main events, and we have now completed all of those, and you'll see the qualifiers soon. There is still the path in World Schools open. World Schools, like we've done in the past, will be an application process. Coaches will nominate students for those spots, and based on seniority and performance and alternate status and all of that, we will get together, the coaches, and put together this year 3 World Schools teams. So that is up to 15 more Magnolia students will be able to attend nationals as World Schools debaters. Some students have preferred World Schools over a main event, and that is something that can happen. So even though I'm going to show you all of our qualifiers today, there will be some potential changes once the World Schools team is finalized, and that will include some alternates bumping up in other events. The next path to nationals is Big Questions debate. So on April 16th and 17th, we'll have our Big Questions tournament. Any student that was eligible to compete at districts and did compete or didn't compete, but if a student was eligible to compete at all the other district tournaments, they are eligible to compete at Big Questions. That just means at least 25 merit points and membership with the NSDA. Out of the competitors for the Big Questions tournament, we will get 1 national qualifier. It is set at 1 no matter what. And for Big Questions, it's a little unique. The Big Questions qualifier has to be someone who did not qualify in another event. Students who qualified in another event are allowed to compete. So we could have our LD champion or our extemp champion go to Big Questions and compete in Big Questions. If they win the Big Questions tournament, big kudos, but they will not be our Big Questions national qualifier. So we want to include as many students as possible, but the Big Questions national qualifier will be the student who places the highest at the tournament who has not already qualified in another event. So we'll include everybody, but the qualifier will be someone who did not qualify in another event. Then this year there's also a special way to get to nationals through supplemental events. Every single school that competed at the district tournament may choose 2 students who competed in any portion of the district tournament but did not qualify to enter nationals just in supplemental events. So whether that student was an alternate or not, as long as they competed at one of the district qualifier weekends, They are eligible to compete at nationals and supplemental events, and each coach gets to pick 2 students for this. So our supplemental events at nationals, some are old, some are new. So I'm going to show you those really quick, and I'm not going to go through them all, but these are all the possible supplemental events that you can do at nationals. So any student who is a qualifier may also compete in supplemental events, plus 2 students from each school this year who are not qualifiers may compete in supplemental events. All of these, except for extemp debate, will be pre-recorded speeches. So the main events are going to be mostly live, but all of these supplemental events, except for extemp debate, will be pre-recorded speeches, and there is no limit on the number that you may enter. So if you wanted to write your pre-recorded speeches for all 8 of those, you can enter in all 8 of those, and just talk with your coaches about what you're interested in and what their spots are, and you'll be able to prepare for all of those. And some of these are new, like original spoken word poetry is new this year. Prepared prompt is a little bit different this year. The pro-con challenge is a little bit new this year. So make sure that you check out speechanddebate.org and look through the rules for those events. So with that, we're going to get into our debate award winners, our sweepstakes awards, and then I'm going to go through our previous weekend's awards really quickly to show you who our national team will be based on alternates that have moved up. Oh, one more thing, sorry. Next week, I will be soliciting nominations for all of our Blank of the Year awards for our district. So every year we have these special awards. There is a Student of the Year, Coach of the Year, New Coach of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, High School Administrator of the Year, and we also have special awards for volunteers and alumni. So coaches, I'll be sending you forms for that so that you can nominate. Students, you're also allowed to nominate for some of these. So it is perfectly okay for a student to nominate their coach for Coach of the Year. And all of the forms for that kind of stuff will be put up on Magnolia Speech and Debate social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I will also send out all the links to coaches. So we will work on all of that stuff next week, along with the World Schools team next week. Before I get to the other awards, Nationals registration is open now. It is not open for us yet because we have not submitted all of our qualifiers to Nationals. I'll be working on that on Monday, and I am hoping that we can start registering our students for Nationals even though we're still waiting on big questions. So coaches, just be expecting email blasts from me about Nationals details, and hopefully we can start getting registration in next week. Okay, so in public forum debate today, we have 3 national qualifiers. They are Liam Ningtao and Andrew Yu from the Mississippi School of Math and Science, Ethan Choi and Vignesh Karthik from Oak Grove High School, and Susam Haight and Ayan Kamal from Oak Grove High School. Those 3 teams, pending any other changes like from World Schools, will be our qualifiers, and our alternates, both from Oxford High School, are Emma Tang and Glenn Walker, and Christian Boudreau and Alex Mobley. So congratulations. You can do single claps, you can do as many claps as you want for our public forum qualifiers. In policy debate, we also are sending 3 teams, which may be a first for the Magnolia District, so congratulations are due. And congratulations to Christian Gines and Thaddeus Flagg of Madison Central High School, Anna Jobert and Vito da Silva of St. Andrews Episcopal School, and Joy Dar and Patton Lane of St. Andrews Episcopal School. I believe those 3 will all be our entries at Nationals, and our alternates are Forrest Hutchinson and Yahya Navid from St. Andrews Episcopal School, and Julia Van Lake and Megan Staling from Madison Central High School. So congratulations to our policy award winners and national qualifiers. In Lincoln Douglas debate, we are sending 4 qualifiers, which is awesome, and I want to commend all of the Lincoln Douglas debaters for making this an incredibly competitive season in Lincoln Douglas debate in Mississippi. Our 4 national qualifiers are Edward Wilson from Jackson Prep, Elisa Hill from St. Andrews, Noah Williamson from Oak Grove, and Neely Keneal from Madison Central. Our alternates from Madison Central, Sarah Grace Sheridan, and from Oak Grove High School, Asia Anderson. This will be our first example of where we have students who have qualified in multiple events. So some are bumping out based on their preferences, and the 4 debaters who will be representing us at nationals are Elisa Hill from St. Andrews, Noah Williamson from Oak Grove, Neely Keneal from Madison Central, and Sarah Grace Sheridan from Madison Central. So congratulations to our Lincoln Douglas debaters. Based on this weekend, the Sweepstakes award winners for debate events, in first place is St. Andrews Episcopal School. In second place is Oak Grove High School, and in third place is Madison Central High School. Our overall sweepstakes awards for the 3 weekends put together. In first place is Oak Grove High School, in second place is Madison Central High School, and in third place is St. Andrews Episcopal School. So congratulations to all of those schools and the teams and the coaches for the incredible entries and results that they've put together this year. I'm now going to go through the speech and Congress entries pretty quickly. So all of these national qualifiers and alternates were already posted publicly online after the end of those tournaments. But given the results of this weekend, we have a couple of places where students who are on the alternate list are moving up. So this will be their first time hearing that they are moving up to become a national qualifier. In dramatic interpretation, we did not have movement, so our original 3 qualifiers from Oak Grove High School, Hannah Jude Rost, from Madison Central High School, Yasmin Ware, and from Laurel Christian School, Grace Travis. In duo interpretation, these are also our original qualifiers, so the 2 duo teams from Purvis High School, Catherine Ladner and Reagan Marsteller, Daniel Moreno and Rebecca Puckett, and special congratulations to Purvis High School. This will be their first NSDA national tournament as a school. So we are very excited for them. In humorous interpretation, we had a little movement, although we already knew about this back during speech weekend. So the 3 students on the national team for humorous interpretation are Callie Ignatius from Oak Grove High School, Presley McLemore from Petal High School, and Bowie Lee from Oak Grove High School. In informative speaking, I believe this was our original 3 qualifiers. From Oak Grove High School, Christopher Fan, from Madison Central High School, Megan Staling, and from Presbyterian Christian School, Sarah Spencer. International extemp moved a lot, as it often does based on congressional debate and other debate weekends. So the 3 individuals who will be competing at nationals in international extemp for Mississippi are Jason Tu from Madison Central High School, Miriam Milan from Madison Central High School, and Christian Camacho from Pascagoula High School. In original oratory, we also had a bit of movement based on the Congress and debate weekends. So our 3 entries for nationals in original oratory will be Vineeth Vanga from the Mississippi School for Math and Science, Neely Robertson from Laurel Christian School, and Patricia Bethay from Madison Central High School. In program oral interpretation, there was a little movement as well, but I think this was already established. So our 3 in program oral interpretation: from Oak Grove High School, Haley Little, from Petal High School, Alicia Moore, and from Oak Grove High School, Alex Yang. In United States extemporaneous, we had quite a bit of movement, and some that came down to the very final round today. So our 3 going to nationals in U.S. extemp are Kyla Hunter from Northwest Rankin High School, Anson Chenault from Petal High School, and Ryder Hebert from St. Andrews Episcopal School. Special shout out to Kyla Hunter of Northwest Rankin High School. She will be Northwest Rankin High School's first ever competitor at NSDA Nationals. So we are really excited that we have 2 brand new schools with Northwest Rankin and Purvis, not new to speech and debate in Mississippi, of course, but new to NSDA Nationals, and I think that speaks a great deal for the strength of speech and debate in our state. In the Senate, our senators are Austin Brown of St. Andrews Episcopal School and Edward Wilson of Jackson Prep. And our representatives in the House are Hans Alazri of Oak Grove High School, Fawaz Ahmad of Oxford High School, Tapan Kodakalapudi of Oak Grove High School, and Madison Biggerstaff of Madison Central. So, as of right now, that is the Magnolia national team. We will add up to 15 new students as we sort out the World Schools team next year, and that may have an impact on a couple of the events that we just went through, and there may be some alternates who move up. And then we will add our final team member with the Big Questions tournament on April 16th and 17th. Before that, 2 weeks from today, we will see you all at the MHSAA Congress tournament, back online again, and then Big Questions, and then we'll have a full week of speech and debate for MHSAA State. So thank you all for watching, thank you all for participating, congratulations to all of our competitors, and we're signing off. Have a great weekend off next weekend, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.